everyone, thanks for joining me. So what we're going to do now is take a look at predictability and how that is influenced by and changes as we move through the Tuckman model. Thank you. Alright, so we've got a few things to consider here, and not the least is how this fits with the pattern of previous clips that you've taken a look at. And at that forming stage, you can see it's about the individual, it's about the politics. Who do I align myself to? Where does a pair reside? Who are the groups here? Who are the people here that look as if they're going to be okay? Who will offer me a level of protection and the opportunity to develop myself. So when we use that as a sort of a bit of a backdrop, it probably explains why the storming stage can be so explosive. Because what I think folks are doing here is they are perhaps in an apprehensive or a fearful state, and they are trying to look after themselves. There's a huge implication for leadership here about how we acknowledge that that is a fact, that the insecurities are only natural, and can we give some sort of idea about what our group is for anyway, what are our anticipated outputs, and what is it we need to do in order to achieve those outputs and to develop good values-led working relationships with each other that eventually will have a massive influence on the quality of output we can deliver. So there's some real talking to be done around that storming stage, and I think to accept that it's not one size fits all, and people will be in different places at different times, but we do move to a place where our predictability becomes systematic. Now, again, I'm not seeing this as a bad thing. It can sound awfully wooden, and I would argue that if it stays there, that's exactly what it will be, almost robotic. What we want to be doing, of course, is to be in an organisation or a team where our radar can see ahead. We know what's on the radar that's coming towards us, and we adjust our behaviours, our actions, our work, based on that anticipation, based on good information, and then based on the other states that we've talked about. And I think, again, I'm going to come back to trust. Hugely important, again, to emphasise for leaders to keep an eye on the outputs, also to create the environment in which challenge and criticism is perfectly acceptable, and to remember, again, that we don't all start in the same place at the same time. Okay, as ever, thanks very much indeed for joining me. In the next presentation, we're going to take a look at how understanding develops as teams and individuals move through the Tuckman process.